Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of No Tea, Just Coffee. My name is Tam.
And I'm Jordan.
All right, so today's episode, the meat and potatoes. We're going to be talking about opposite sex drive. What do you do in that type of situation?
Call on Jesus.
Man, that has to be a struggle. And then our shoot the shit is, you know you're getting old when ... Yeah, I think we're both kind of hitting that that stage in life when you know you're old when ... Yeah. So we'll have a little fun with that conversation. But to kick off today's episode, opposite sex drives. I'm not going to necessarily say like where this topic came from, but I know that this is a situation that exists in different relationships, right? Where one party, their sex drive is through the roof, and the other maybe not so much.
Underneath the roof, in the house,
under the house. But man, if it's that low, we might get something checked out.
Somebody needs some ginseng or we need some vitamins.
But you know that exists in certain relationships, and so I guess the question is like, how do you navigate something like that? Now I'm just gonna speak for moi.
Not for moi.
I don't have that situation. I don't have that issue. Okay. Me and mines, we are very much in sync with our sex drive. I do think that there's moments in a relationship, because like you always hear, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like you always hear like when you get married, like sex just doesn't exist anymore and whatever. I always hear those type of things, but I don't even think it's about marriage. I think maybe the longer you're in a relationship, that happens, right? You start to you get into like a certain routine, and you guys are focusing on certain things and maybe not on each other as much. But yeah, I mean, for me and my boyfriend, I don't necessarily have that issue. I ain't got no answer. I ain't got no solution for that one. Okay, let me say this. I guess it depends on. It's finding out like the root cause of it all, right?
Amen.
Like for the individual whose sex drive is low,
absolutely.
Who's in the individual whose sex drive isn't the same as their partner, right?
Yeah.
Because there can be different factors in that.
Absolutely.
I think one, it can be like health wise. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating right? Are you exercising? Are you there's so many factors, right? That can really like just bring that down.
Right.
And so I guess if it's something that you really want to fix, it's like, what do you do? I will say this. I'm a firm believer on if there is a problem and you want to fix the problem, then like do something about it.
Absolutely.
That's just me, It may not be easy for everyone,
right.
But if there is a problem, I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, there's a way that it can be fixed. But it's like, are you willing to put in the work to fix it? So, I don't know. What do you think, Jordan?
Get ready. Okay, where do I begin? So here's the thing. From a perspective of a working mother, who does a lot of things in the house, cooks and cleans and does those things. My sex drive is not always where my husband's is, because I'm tired as hell sometimes. And we had to have a conversation of, and I think I said this in season 1, if you want me to have this high drive and be ready, there's a little bit of weight that you're going to have to take off of me, because it's energy.
Yeah.
Having sex or sex drive is an energy that you have or don't have, and it's on different levels depending on, like Tam said, for whatever reason it is. And now, granted, when we first started dating and pre-Elliot, we were on the same page because we out here living our best lives.
You didn't have yeah. Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no responsibilities but myself.
Right.
I'm dating this man in there like swimwear. But then as responsibilities come to play, motherhood, which not for all mothers, it's completely, it's a different story for every mom. But for me, after I had my child, who I used to be, was no longer energy level, body, confidence, self-esteem, all those things.
But also
change.
I think something else too is just like how you are, like you are an energy person. Like you can only give so much,
absolutely,
in a day. Which she said this before,
absolutely.
right? Like, so I do think it, like you said too, it does depend on the person, because there may be some mothers out there
and
who
going
is
strong, getting it
in,
and kudos,
right? But it does depend on the individual. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not that.
Yeah,
like. And that was for a long time. And still there are times where, like, my husband naturally has a high sex drive.
Right.
Naturally, I don't. And probably in my 30s is when it really started to, like, deplete in some ways. Because my energy level. Oof. And on top of the fact, me and my husband, we coming and going. So a lot of the things that require in this house to keep the house running, like just daily activities, that's practices, that's school, that's going to tutoring, that's going grocery, anything you can think of, those tasks that are required was mine. Yeah. So I'm trying to do all of that and I'm tired, but then I got to find a piece of me to make it happen in the bedroom. And so that's when that conversation had to be had, like, right. Now, if I'm doing all of this, where can you come in at? Like, can you, now my husband, it's no fault to him, right? Because I didn't tell him, I did not sign up for that. That's what I signed up for, right? I knew what kind of job he had. This is what he wanted to do. And so I'm not going to blame him for, like, I'm exhausted and it's his fault. But there has to be some balance to where you don't exhaust your partner to where they're not able to be available for you in the ways that you need them to be. So
yeah, I was gonna say for me, I guess my situation is not so much about my sex drive. Now, I do 101 million things, right? And so and I've mentioned my boyfriend, he lives out of state, but he's the same way. He's always going from morning till night. And so sometimes when we're together, like we'll just have very tiring days, right? Where obviously, like if I go see him, he's still in his environment. So he's going nonstop until, nighttime. Same thing. If he's coming here, I'm doing my thing until, I'm finished. Yeah. And so those days I can say we're a little opposite, can be, but for me, I think it relates to what you were saying. Yeah. What will get me going or get me excited, and for both of us is like when either one of us comes home and, like, for example, I was visiting him one time and he had just like the longest, bless his heart, he had the longest weekend ever. Yeah. And there was one night where like he came home and like I had a bath ran. Yeah. And he likes a good, strong drink. I had a nice drink ready for him. And he likes to take a bath with candles. He's I love it. Such a bath person. I hate baths. But anyways, like we do those things for each other. Yeah. And like those like little things, whatever absolutely. It is, like it just gets Sparks. You're like, oh, okay.
Let me tell you something. If Alfred, this is a very small thing. Even if that's a good point. Because also you do have to work on, we talk about love languages. Yeah. Those things are sometimes opposite. Like me and Alfred, like Alfred he don't need much. He don't need. Hold on. It could be a nice little rub down the back. And he like, let's go. Whereas I need a little caressing, you know what I mean? I need a little, you know what I mean? Kiss on the neck. I need a little foreplay. Yeah, yeah. That's what I require, because really, I'm always in my head. I'm always thinking and going always. So for me to like flip that switch, I need that time, and the time is foreplay. But we did not get there overnight.
Right.
Like because when you go into a relationship, you assume a lot. Like about sex in general, I think. Like everybody has to be.
And also in the beginning of a relationship, they always be talking strong, like, yeah, because, da-da-da. You like, I got,
Hold on, but also.
And then the reality hits. Or it starts off great.
It does.
And then you get into a norm, or you start to get comfortable, and you're like, what happened?
You get old, too. Shit, me and Alfred been together our whole 20s, our whole 30s. He about to be.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What?
This word old, we're going to stop this, okay? We are not old. Well, I'm not old.
I'm getting older.
Thank you.
And with age, now I will say this too. The older my son gets, the less responsibilities I have in ways of the house.
Right.
My
so
sex drive has increased.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a more balanced individual. Again, that did not happen overnight. It had to be a conversation of like, this is how I am as a person.
Right.
This is what I require. This is what he requires. Like, you gotta listen to each other. You have to like pay attention.
Yeah.
Like Tam said, if her boyfriend had a very long day, he likes baths. He likes those are things that you paid attention to and know that, okay, in order for us to have a little something going on later on, let me just make him feel good about himself.
And I will say this. It's it's most of the time is I do it because I know he's had a long day.
Yeah.
Right. But even for me though, he'll do something like that. Like if I've had a long day, like he'll just get the shower going without me to say anything. Or I'll just sit on the couch and he'll just grab my feet. Like, but it's not the end goal isn't
right
to have sex, right? It's just because like, yo, I know you had a long day. I'm sure you're tired.
Yeah. But
majority of the time, those things are like, wow, you really love me, and it just gets you excited, But I was gonna ask, so you guys had a conversation about it, which I think is fabulous.
You have to, because
you have to communicate.
It's not that I don't want to have sex with my husband,
right? But what
we gotta get to that point.
So what was like? What was the help me out with words. Solution.
Solution. So that's a good question. I don't really know if I can like say in a complete sentence what the solution is, because
but the main problem was you wanted
it needed to be more balanced in the household.
Okay.
Because like you said, you got to get to the root of it. Because a lot of times females are more like emotionally driven, which then drives our sex drive. We feel warm and fuzzy. You rubbing on me, or, oh my God, he did this. It's going to make us want to do that. So I think it was almost like a lesson too for Alfred to understand a woman, like this woman. Like these are the things that make her want to have sex. You know what I mean? Or want to be intimate, or want to, whatever the case may be, instead of going into it and no fault to him, but one size doesn't fit all.
Right.
Like,
absolutely.
You're with different women, and you learn your little tricks of the trade. You know what I mean? Don't use that with everybody.
Right.
And by default, I think that's what it was. But once you learn the person, it's very simple to
figure it out.
Yeah. You just got to take the time to say, wait a minute.
Sit back, observe, and observe. Ask questions.
Ask questions, because you can tell when your partner's not into it. Yeah. You can tell when your partner don't want you. It's the energy. We talk about that too, like the sexual energy. You know when your partner ain't feeling you.
Now, okay, but would you say that naturally you have a low sex drive? Because I think there's a difference between just naturally having a low sex drive and then in certain moments of your relationship.
Yes.
Like, not necessarily that the sex drive is low, but it's just like,
it's just not.
It's not there because of a certain issue.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Like once, because I mean, it should be this way. I mean, maybe not for everybody, but I am sexually attracted to my husband.
Right.
And so it's kind of like, but because I'm emotionally driven, and if I'm not getting what I need,
speak, okay,
then I'm not going to give you that.
Yeah.
Easily.
And I'm the type of person, like, I cannot
fake the funk.
I can't fake the funk. Mm-hmm. Like if we get into an argument about something and I'm upset, what? You want to do what? No, we ain't talked about nothing. And I hate the whole, okay.
Oh, you probably about to say.
Like the whole, well, let me not say I hate it, but like the whole, like some people will say like, yeah, you know, angry sex is the best sex. After we discuss it.
Makeup sex.
Or that's it.
There we go.
Makeup sex, whatever it is.
Don't give me no angry sex.
Yeah, maybe like after it's discussed. Yeah. But like, so for me, I'm not the type, like nothing is about to happen if we can't talk through. Because now my sex drive is non-existent.
Hold on, and this might be a tea about moment.
Oh boy. Oh wait.
But nothing is going to happen. The juices will not be flowing.
That's what I just said. Yeah, nothing's happening.
Like,
I'm closed. I'm shut down.
And that's what, gentlemen, please understand. Like, the more you get in here, get this right, get our mind and our emotions, the floodgates just open. Because we don't require a whole lot.
Right.
It's not that complex.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And you can
pay attention. You
can pay attention. Like a woman is gonna tell you all you need, and sometimes it ain't even in words. It's in her body language, the way that she's speaking to you. Like, you know, it's going down or it's not. Mm-hmm. She want to be in my space. She don't want to be in my space. Like, she need her time. She don't need time. You just over time understand, and I honestly think that's a part of being with somebody for so long. Is like you kind of use what you thought you knew. You had them tools in the toolbox. That didn't work. Now you really need to start paying attention to your partner and what they require. And I think once you do that, even in the times where y'all might have an argument, it may not last as long. Y'all communicate and y'all move on instead of worried about having makeup sex or something silly like that. Like, I think over time, me and Alfred have learned each other and have learned what we require just in our relationship.
Well, I think when you're in a relationship, you're constantly learning your person.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, depending on how long you guys are together, I would hope that over time you guys both start to evolve together.
But some
right?
people just
remain
stagnant.
No, you're right. But still, what I'm saying is like people change over time.
They do.
You know, whatever that may consist of. So you are constantly learning your partner, you know? But no, I do agree with the fact of like, I know some men, we don't understand women, and it's really simple. It really is. Because we are we're more vocal.
Yes.
You know, we're not necessarily afraid to either speak our mind or at least show
it. Yeah.
Right. So out of the two, you're going to know, and either she down or she not. She
and
upset.
Just address
okay,
it.
let's talk about it. I want to. Hey, you want to? You know, hey, let's get a little close. No, she's, she's separating herself. Something wrong. If she wants to do something, she gonna be all up underneath you. Like, it really is that straightforward.
So I saw something. Coach Prime he said something like 9 times out of 10, women are going to do what they want you to do back. Like he was saying, like if a woman like touches your back, they may want you to touch them back or just show them some type of affection. Or if they say if they ask you like, how's your day? They want you to say, well, baby, how's your day?
First off, that's a whole nother conversation, because when I saw the same clip and he said that, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, don't just say like, yeah, it was okay. No, I'm trying to have a conversation.
Now
I want you to ask me.
Now I got attitude. I don't even want to talk.
And you know what I hate? This is so off topic. I'm sorry.
We done got sidetracked. I'm sorry, y'all.
But I hate when people like, because this has happened to me.
Yeah.
And like, I don't always want to like just start like, like just spilling out information, because I could do that easily.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want you to ask me so I know that you actually care.
That's exactly right.
Anyways.
I'm not just in the car like, and yesterday.
Right.
And you ain't even paying attention.
At all.
You ain't even heard one word.
What's the child? Wah, 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 wah.
And 9 times out of 10, that's what they hear.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they hear from us. And we're just talking about our day, but you haven't even asked us. Okay, we so off topic, but anyways, that's a whole nother.
But here's the thing.
While we're on it,
it's a combination.
Yeah.
If you think about it, the day, like however the day starts and goes and ends, is really how we gonna be in the bedroom together.
That's facts.
Like, don't ignore me all day. Don't pay attention to what I need, whatever that is. I don't care what it is. If I'm tired, like if I'm really tired, Alfred will cook dinner. You know what I mean? Like, pay attention. And then at the end of the day, you want us to have sex? Sir?
Right.
I ain't even had time to take a shower today. Like, you could have started my shower for me. Baby, go on up there and take a shower. I'll start dinner. When you come back down, like, pay attention and just have some consideration.
Yeah.
Because that's really, it's that, you like speaking to each other throughout the whole day, not actually speaking to each other, but your body language, the way that you're interacting with each other, just appreciation, just all that can end on a good note.
It can. I was just thinking.
Started twiddling her hair.
Because I'm actually curious to because right now we're very much speaking, obviously from the perspective as females.
I know.
I'm curious to know what is it like when it's opposite?
Yes.
Right? Because there's some men whose sex drive ain't there.
Yeah.
And it could be
anything.
Medical wise or
confidence
or maybe something happened in their relationship or whatever. But the woman's sex drive is high.
Now I will say, and I don't know, where I got this from, but they say women's sex drive, and I
as they get older,
it goes higher.
Yeah, that's what
and I will say, as I'm getting older, well,
that's what I've heard.
I don't know. Alfred will be 40 in December, so we're gonna see. Stay tuned, y'all. But no, really though. Let me tell you something. I told Tam, I feel like he'd be like, and I'd be like,
First off, when she first said that, I was like, that ain't good, sis. That ain't good. You need to be right there with
that
them.
man's energy. But anybody that knows he's a
naturally
high energy person.
Yeah, see? And you're naturally opposite.
So
it makes sense. It makes sense, right?
But I will say the older that I've gotten, now it was a valley because after I had Elliot, what?
But that's a whole nother thing though, because your body changes,
yes.
you go through postpartum, all that stuff happens.
You got to give your partner grace.
Yeah.
For that. I don't think, and I'm not saying all men don't understand, because some do, but having a child literally changes the whole body. Inside and out. I mean, literally. Shreds. Yeah. Ripped to shreds. Psychologically, you are different. Like you said, postpartum. All of that, you got to give some grace. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, being intimate is the very last thing. Right. Because that's how we got the child. That ain't number one, bro. This is what put me in postpartum. This is what, my boobs was sitting up high, now they hanging low. You know what I mean? That is swing. What's the thing?
Swing low. No, that's not. Is that what you're talking about?
Sweet cherry.
Let me stop.
Throw them off your shoulder.
Let me stop.
But
because
seriously,
women really do go through that. I can't relate. I don't have kids, but all my friends do. So I understand.
Me and Alfred were together when I was sitting high, okay? In every way, shape, or form. Then after I had my son,
it just changed.
I was like, that body ain't it no more.
And you're saying that's kind of when your sex drive like completely changes.
Goes down because it's internal.
Yeah.
When you in the bedroom, you want to feel your best. Like, and when you don't feel your best inside,
oh yeah,
it plays a big role in you wanting to be intimate with your partner. So I think it just took a while. It takes a while to rebuild your confidence in that way. And if your partner gives you grace, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Has some understanding around that. And so it's not that the female doesn't want to, because you didn't change as a partner. You know what I mean? Like, you are still her husband or her significant other or whatever the case may be, but it's just internal a lot of times. So, so yeah, but I think like it can be a case of like literally you have opposite sex drives.
Yes,
or
it can
literally it is in this stage of my life, we do have opposite sex drives because of X, Y, and Z. So I think you have to get at the heart of it of like, is it because we're not on the same page in other areas? Or is it just because
it's completely opposite?
Completely opposite.
But and that's where I guess for me, my question is like, I think when it's about a certain situation, that's fixable.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But when it's literally the sex drive, it's like, how do you manage that? Like, how do you, I'm trying to think like, if it was just a sex drive thing for me and my boyfriend, like, is that something that I would be able to deal with? Or let's say it's me and he has the highest sex drive, is that something he can deal with?
I know.
Because, look, sex is an important factor in a relationship.
Now,
at least for me it is. But,
what was it? I'm always referring to other shows I'm watching, but it's Gilly and Wallow. And I think it was Gilly that was like, absolutely not. Like, if
I get it though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know how I am, or like what my needs are.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm also willing to work with someone too. But I guess there has to be that compromise. But then you also don't want to feel like you always got to force someone, or you always got to ask, or you always got to do the extra and above and beyond.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, okay, if it's really just about opposite sex drives, then it's like, and
they
can be the best person in the world.
That's exactly what the point was. But here's the thing. When you said like willing to work with that person, what if they just are not experienced in intercourse and sex and just haven't had?
I still think that's something different.
You think so?
Yes, I think that I can work with that. Yeah. I can work with someone who's like, okay, you're not as experienced, or again, I think that's a situation.
Mm-hmm.
But like just
naturally,
I don't want to have sex. Like I can have sex just one day a week and I'm good.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I need it like about 3. And I'm like, no. Like, like how, you know what I'm saying? Or what if I'm the one that like, I need every day? And he like, no, I'm good about 2. Wait, what? Like what?
So you do have to, well, okay. So but here's the thing too. I think that's kind of a situation as well, because what if, like, say you have sometimes you have different lifestyles in the same household, and somebody is working and exerting themselves in a different way. They can't give you, if they tired, you still want them to give you 3 days a week if they can only give you 1.
If their sex drive, if your sex drives match, trust me. And again, I'm speaking.
But what if you're just tired?
I'm speaking on behalf of me and my boyfriend. Okay, we both are from sun up to sundown, and we can be exhausted, right? And don't get me wrong. Let me say this. I'm not saying there's like we just sleeping, we still trying to get it. Like, I'm not saying that. Like there's moments where we are just exhausted, but in like, it just happens to be at the same time. We like, no, I'm ready to go to bed. Yeah. But again, from experience, I've been exhausted and still my sex drive is there. And he's been exhausted and his sex drive is still there. Yeah. I really do think it is about the sex drive. It doesn't matter how tired you are. It doesn't matter about the situation. You find ways, you find places, you find times throughout the day. Like if it's there, it's there. Right. That's just
and it could be at the heart of it, pure attraction too. I think sometimes you are attracted to somebody, but you may not be sexually attracted to someone. Like you like their personality, you know, and until you get to that point of now we're about to be sexually active, you may find that you don't have, I think your partner has to make you have that drive because you're not going to have a high sex drive with just everybody. So I think that kind of like fuels that fire too, because you may not be sexually attracted to that person because you're going to have a high sex drive with everybody. You don't have high sex drive with everybody?
Yeah.
Because you were sexually attracted to them, right?
No, we're talking about sex drive.
Yeah, but so if you see somebody, you don't just have a high sex drive just with Joe off the. That person is gonna fuel you to have that.
It just makes it even
sex
better.
Drive.
No.
But help me understand.
I'm trying to understand your.
So with every single person you've dated, you've had a high sex drive.
I have a high sex drive. Yes.
No matter who it's with.
Yes, but also,
that's interesting.
But also, I'm going to like be in a relationship with someone I want to be in a relationship with, and also I've been in a relationship with someone who naturally I did not think they were attractive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think that's what but you still just naturally had.
I just have a natural high sex drive.
It makes sense. Okay.
And so it just makes it even better if I'm also attracted to them.
Okay.
And they also whatever X, Y, and Z. But my sex drive doesn't necessarily change.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm too emotionally attached. Like I have to be in tune with that person on a lot of different levels for me to like really, I think that's probably why, if I think about like the history of different relationships, some of them were like rabbits, two rabbits, and then some of them I just wasn't connected on a certain level. So I didn't
be with them though, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, if I feel like you not like I remember dating a guy that I felt like we weren't in tune on some of the levels, so the sex wasn't there for me because I couldn't get with him in totality of everything that he had to bring to the table.
Yeah, I've had that too. I guess for me, because I just naturally have a high sex drive, if I'm with someone who can feed my mind, my everything, it just makes the sex even better. Yeah. But the sex drive
doesn't matter who.
It stays consistent.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I think for me, I have to be like, in tune on different levels. So I think that's probably why, like, with me and Alfred, when we first started dating, I was like, I have like met my match because we was in tune, which the sex was so much better because you could just let yourself go completely.
Absolutely.
Which makes for me makes a difference or whatever.
Yeah,
so
that's me and my boyfriend.
Yeah.
My God. Like, absolutely. And we've been together for so long. Like, we've had moments throughout a relationship where like the frequency, I would say, of the sex wasn't the same.
Yeah.
But we both have like a high sex drive, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think Alfred has, because he does have a higher sex drive and he realizes I don't. But he knows how to like push my buttons and to make it to where we're on the same level.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
But that didn't happen overnight either.
Right.
Because
right.
like, I know sometimes I can be a little more complex. And so it can be a challenge.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm always in my head. So it does take a little bit for me to get out of my head.
Yeah.
and what I'm like focused on and what I'm thinking about. Because when I'm thinking about something and I'm driven, nothing else really matters. Like I'm just 10 and 2.
Yep.
So he has learned like that's how I am, but he knows how to like help me switch it off.
Now I will say I think there's a difference between just like being turned off by something, and it goes back to the situation of like if we're not seeing eye to eye, we're in an argument or disagreement, like. No, like I'm turned off. Like we need to talk about it first. but like immediately after we talk about it, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we good now. Like the doors are now open. But like until then,
they were closed a second ago.
you know. So
I think it's not as simple. Like because you do have to understand like why is it this way? Like why is your sex drive?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Why are you on opposite ends of the spectrum? And it could be.
I do think it's just different people's personality and one personality, and I really do think that it does. It can stem from just like health wise or just energy, and not like exercise wise. Like like just even like you can be taking certain vitamins just to
absolutely.
Just to get your spirits going.
Well, I will say, side note, I saw my trainer. Sorry, Mike. I'll be back one of these days. I saw him when me and Alfred went out to eat or whatever, and exercise, my sex drive was like nobody's business. Like I was like, ooh, because it did make a huge difference. And then also like I was taking like beetroot and all these things that it also makes you realize how like
stimulates certain things. Yeah.
And depleted. Like my body was like, sis, where has these vitamins been?
Yeah.
Like you ain't been giving us this stuff, so that can make a difference. Like exercise is amazing.
It sure is.
For the bedroom.
Well, I ain't got nothing else,
but I would like to know from a male's perspective, like Tam said, if y'all can comment.
If you were the opposite.
Tell us your perspective, even from a male, like how do you even navigate a female's sex drive? How do you know? Like, do you check in with her? Like, do you assume like I have a high sex drive? She got to have one. Like,
and I'm curious about the opposite though. I'm curious more so about male not having a higher sex drive, but the female.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because it most of the time the male, the men, they have the higher sex drive.
My sister, sorry to tell her business, but she's 42, 41, and she to like the point of as you get older, your sex drive increases, and she was telling me that not too long ago, some months ago, that as she's gotten older, for whatever reason, which is like, why? I wonder what causes that. It's like her sex drive has like skyrocketed as she's gotten older. Yeah. And it's like, what in our body makes us, change like that?
Like a switch?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen, as soon as my son moved out this house, I know mine was going through the roof. I got what? 8 more years? Okay. I don't know. We're going to see.
Oh, man.
Anywho, you ready to
shoot the shit?
Shoot the shit.
Yes. What is it?
You're getting older when?
See, look. When
you have bad memory. Or like Tam said, when you sit down and make a noise like
I was gonna say that's mine. Like again, I say it jokingly, but I really don't think I'm getting old, right? Or I don't think I'm old. Definitely getting older.
Oh, definitely getting older.
Because I make sounds for everything that I do. Putting on socks.
Yeah.
Sitting down.
Walking up the stairs.
Standing up. Digging in my purse. I mean, just unnecessary.
Hold on. Let me tell you something. Tam already called me out on the last episode because I said I was 36. I'd like to watch the news, but I have been an old soul because I'm the youngest. It's 6 girls and I'm the youngest. So I've been around older women my whole life, and my grandma was like my best friend. Okay, and we would read the newspaper together. We would watch National Geographic. So by the time I became an adult, I was like an old lady on the inside.
I have a friend like that. We call her 6'2". If she watching, she know who we talking about.
6'2".
For 62. And keep in mind, we all around the same age, okay?
Ooh.
36, 37, 38. Yeah. But we've been calling her that for the past for a very long time. But no, all jokes aside, I mean, like the same thing. Like she just she's
an old soul,
only child.
Okay, yeah.
And then she's always been around just like older people. So she has very much always had like an older spirit or old soul. So like, we call her 6'2".
I mean, I listen at 9:00.
Oh my
during
gosh.
the week.
Now that I don't know if I ever want to get. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I ever want to get to that stage of like, ooh, it's 9:00, time to go to bed. That's so early for me.
There's nothing better for me to go to bed at 9. Now I'm not closing my eyes.
Because in bed?
I sit in bed and I will watch TV till probably about 1:00 in the morning. But there's nothing better than like being in my bed.
Okay, I'm
not going to sleep.
Child, this whole time I'm thinking she talking about going
to bed.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Or if I'm out and about and it's like 10:00, I'm like, if we ain't even really doing nothing, if we just sitting in somebody's house, I'm gone, folks. Like, I'm not staying late.
For my birthday this year, Jordan was with me and we went to this outdoor concert. It was so good.
Yeah.
But when I tell you I was home by like 10:30, that was the best night.
Hold on. You got fulfilled?
Got fulfilled and got home early. Because let me tell you, I didn't go to bed when I got home.
But I was at home.
I was in the crib.
That's right.
It was like the best night.
Now, Jordan, now I'm out. I'm literally out till like 3. Even I may even I was talking to my sister like, why did I do that? It was unsafe. I go to the gas station, give me some snacks, or Meijer was 24 hours. It's me and maybe 2 other people at the Meijer. I'm getting my snacks. I'm getting my juice, whatever, my pop, and then I'm going home. But now you won't catch me. You won't catch me leaving my house after 10 if it ain't really like. You got to really have a really good reason to get me out of the house after 10.
I wish, but that it's only for like work purposes. I coach a dance team, so our practices are like in the evenings.
Yeah.
But I be having late nights. So I don't get home until about 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing of like just being home and just like having nothing
in
to
your
do.
own space.
Own space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. what other thing is it? I feel like that's really it for me. Whoa, what?
I don't know if this is an old thing. I feel like my dad, because every time we would go out to a restaurant, my dad he'd be like, you got not sweet tea, raspberry tea. Every single restaurant we would go to, he'd be like, yeah, I got raspberry tea. I'm like, Dad, it's not on the menu.
Wait, what is that? Is that like an old school drink or something?
Like iced tea, sweet tea. Like,
yeah.
I feel like you ask for sweet tea. You be at the restaurants asking for sweet tea?
What's wrong with sweet tea? I'm trying to figure this out. Chick-fil-A, sweet tea.
But Chick-fil-A has sweet tea. The point of it is, I feel like as you get older, you start asking for things that are not on the menu, or you start trying to finagle some things. Like, that is, now that I'm older, I be like, can I get a Coke with lemon? Or I be like, do I have lemon wedges? Like,
now my mom, wait, where were we at? And I was like, Mom, they don't sell.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Look,
yes,
we were at Juicy Crab, a seafood broil place. My mom was like, she's like, yeah, can I get a cup of coffee? I said, what? I said, Mom, bless the server. Sorry, they're trying to be so polite, but we were both on the same page. Like, girl, what? So nice. She was like, we don't serve coffee here. I was like, what? She didn't even ask if they had it. Can I get a cup of coffee?
Hold on.
I wanted to apologize for my mom so bad. Like, I'm so sorry. I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm talking about. My dad be like, yeah, I ain't got no raspberry tea. First of all, 2 places. One of them's Old Charlie's, and I can't remember what the other one is. That's the only place that you're going to get raspberry tea. I think it's Olive Garden. Go there to get your raspberry tea. But here we are having dialogue about why you don't have it. Dad, order your food and come on and move on. So that's what I mean. But your mom ordering coffee.
Out of see, that is ridiculous, right? That is ridiculous.
She must have had a...
No, it's just her thing. It doesn't matter where. She always wants some coffee.
Where garlic.
It was, or either it was coffee or it's tea. It was one of the two. Whatever it was not. Ooh, it was something that you.
That
did
is
not
a combination.
That
is a combo.
Okay, I was thinking about something. So I coach, right? I coach a dance team. It's at a college or a university. So you get older when. I had to catch myself. I was talking to some students. Like, there's a certain gym like only athletes can use and like students can't. And so there's some students in the arena.
Yeah.
And I was like, baby, I said, wait a minute. I said, hey, I had to change it up real quick. Hey, y'all can't be.
Hold on. When you start calling people. Give me the trash.
I was like,
I'll take the trash out like Kevin Hart.
Hey, get at it. Like now I'm like, because at first I'm like, babies, no.
Like the old teacher in the highway.
And then they were like, yes, ma'am. I said, what? I said, no. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't ban me, okay?
Like, yes, ma'am. I said, oh my gosh.
Oh, see,
but
that's
I am at the age where, and I try not to like, but it's different for me because they really do address me as ma'am, which is a good thing. Yesterday, the same thing happened. Or they were like, or miss. Someone's like, Miss Tam. I said, please don't do that.
just call me
just
Tam.
Naturally. And then I was like, you know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I said, your parents, they raised you well. You can call me Miss Tam.
Well, like, yeah. Like Mrs. King or what was we at school or something? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's weird.
Like Mrs. King, Elliot saying, I'm like, who's Mrs. King? Because I just Jordan.
It's weird.
But that's the thing. Like, I feel like I just graduated from high school. Like,
right.
Not that long ago, but it's almost 20 years ago.
My 20th high school reunion was this year. I didn't go, but
it happened.
But it happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, but I will say, you can't drag me back to my younger years because I like being seasoned, I like being older, and
I do too. But I liked every stage. I had a good time.
Let me tell you, I did have a good time. Oh, that was gonna sound real bad.
What? What?
Don't listen to me, y'all. But kids changed the game.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I had a time in my life, and then my son came, and it was a different time of my life, right? And getting older, me and Alfred talk about once Elliot does go and do his adult thing, we're gonna turn up and do all the things that we weren't able to do because it's just different. Your time is different. But
one of my best friends, her parents, like, they're technically empty nesters now. Yeah. When I tell you, I love them because, baby,
they're gone.
Out.
Bye.
I mean,
because why not?
Pina colada picture here, dancing here, on the beach with Bay here.
Absolutely.
And I'm here, and I'm like, I love it.
Literally, me and Alfred we were at First Watch because we have one at Avon. Amen. Thank you. And we were talking about when, Elliot goes on, leaves the nest. He was like, what about if we do, now this I know he getting older. He talking about getting an RV.
No. I thought black folk.
I said, wait a minute.
Wait, look. I was like, I don't think black folks do that, do they? Anyways,
I ain't never seen it. The most I done seen of an RV, which is not even close, is the church van. That's the closest I done seen.
So he wants
in the black community.
He wants okay.
He want to get an RV.
The idea, I'm not gonna lie. The idea is actually kind of cute. Like, he wants to travel the world and stuff like that.
And I'm here for it.
But then y'all gonna y'all got to park in like the woods and stuff.
we're gonna have to map it out because I don't want to go missing. I don't want to be like Jordan and Albert. They was hiking in the mountains.
That's what I'm thinking about. We haven't seen them.
We're not doing that. We can like
stay in the public.
That's exactly right. We're not doing, and he won't do. I'm surprised he even did that because he doesn't even want to go camping and anything close to it. So the RV is the closest.
We go camping either. You know, have you ever been to have you ever been to what is it in Nashville? Gallatin the cabins. Gallatin. Nope.
Gatlinburg. I have.
Now.
The time was had?
Well, yes.
Oh, okay.
But because you said camping, I was like, that's probably like the closest to camping.
Cabin.
Those cabins up in those woods, and then it'd be pitch dark at night.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. But I think that's cute though. That is kind of like
that's how I know he getting older.
Yeah, that's cute.
We won't do it though. We won't do it.
It's a cute idea.
It's a cute idea. We won't do that, but we will. We can like resort hop. We can
absolutely
hotel hop. Like
just travel.
We gonna travel. We're not doing the RV thing.
Yeah,
but that's how I know we getting older because we talking about like once Elliot goes off.
Yeah.
We're going
for a future to just travel.
Pina coladas, okay?
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Love it. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, that's
I'm sure
all I got
more,
too.
But those are the main ones that I've exhibited. Is that the word? Exhibited. Anyways.
Exhibited?
Shown.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh, and also let us know in the comments. How do you know you getting older? What's some things you done picked up? Your friends and talked about. The conversations that I have with my friends now have totally changed.
Yeah, that. Now that's a good one.
Like,
what we talk about, yeah.
I mean, we share recipes.
Ooh,
cooking recipes. That's how I know we getting older.
Yeah.
Or we just be like, girl, guess what? And we talk about what our kids and did. Like it is just totally different.
Mind blowing.
Instead of what you doing Saturday night.
Right.
I'm supposed to go out too.
What time we gonna be? Yeah. Ooh, times are changed.
Let me tell you something. Sorry. My sister, I would go out with my sister. She would get up to go out at midnight and we would not get to the club until 1 a.m. And we would stay from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. because it would be just enough time.
That's actually smart.
To go out.
That's smart as hell.
And then we go home.
Yeah.
Now, I can't do that now.
That's smart.
But every time we would go out, she'd be like, okay. Because my sister, she's the nap queen. She always taking a nap. She got to take a nap before whatever we do. She's taking a nap.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be like, I'm going to take me a nap. And then around midnight, we're going to get up and get ready. And then we're going to go to the club. And by 3, we're ready to leave anyway. And the club is closing.
That's smart. Because we used to be out. We would get there by midnight. And we would stay until 3. And we would stay until it shut down.
Yeah.
And then we would go get something to eat. And then we would go to somebody. Man, the partying I used to do.
I'm telling you.
I couldn't even do half of that now.
Me neither. And the food. We used to eat Perkins so much. I'm like, you could not get me into it.
We used to go to like the little mom and pop breakfast shops.
I wish we had one.
Like the real small mom and pop shops. Or the vendors on the street, the hot dogs, the hot dog vendors.
Downtown Indy.
Oh my, after a night of partying and drinking, those hot dogs hit.
No,
every time.
Give me White Castle. I'm hitting White Castle up every.
So you can blow up the bathroom.
Oh no, it don't upset my stomach.
Really?
Me and White Castle, we here.
Oh, you got a different type of stomach, child. Because
now,
majority of the people who eat White Castle, it's never messed with you like that.
Absolutely not. I'm talking hamburgers. I get double cheeseburger. Don't bother me. The mozzarella sticks, cool. Wow. I might get some chicken rings. We good.
That's a talent.
Oh, I'm in there.
Wow.
Listen, and not to lie, I just had a craving last night for White Castle.
And it really don't mess with you.
Man. I love me some White Castle.
I do too, but it messes, like almost immediately. And everybody that I know, and when we were younger, we'd be like, we would have the craving for White Castle and be like, Well, we know about to happen, but
listen, we're going to apologize in advance. We're about to tear up this room one time together.
Wow.
Yeah. I ain't never had no issues.
I don't know if I've ever met anybody
that ain't had no issues.
Who ain't had issues with White Castle.
I'll tear it up, and it don't tear me up.
That's a talent.
So, yeah.
Anyways.
Anywho.
All right, is that it?
For me? Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. We have nothing else to say. Make sure, though, you subscribe, you share, you comment, you tell a friend to tell a friend, you tag a friend of a friend of a friend.
Comment if you got something to say.
Yeah. Honestly, we really do want to, we want to hear from you guys. You know, we want to talk with you guys more, and we want to get, more topics from you guys that we can bring, here
let
on
us
screen.
know what you want us to talk about.
Please comment below. Is that what they do?
Comment
below.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for us.
Yep.
Another episode down. Don't forget, no tea.
Just coffee.
Bye.
Bye.